Here we go. Fish on. Whew. There's a jumper. Here we go, guys. Fish on. There he is. These guys are much smaller than the night crawlers. And guys, it's been raining, and these fish naturally, they feed on these whenever it rains. There we go. Oh yeah, nice brown. Oh, that's good. Yeah, just oil. That's great. What's up, guys? I'm super excited about this episode. Guys, it has been raining all day, and honestly, it's going to be raining all week. It just stopped for a little while, so I was able to come out and look around, and sure enough, as I was messing around with the car, I noticed some worms were on the ground. Check it out. Naturally, when it rains, the worms come up out of the ground to breathe, and sometimes they get washed into waterways like streams and creeks and rivers, and then naturally these fish go after them. They're really hungry for them. But it begs the question, what works better for trout? Should it be red worms, which are a little bit smaller, or should we go straight for night crawlers? So guys, I got both because I kind of want to do an experiment to see which type of worm works best here in East Tennessee, specifically fishing for brown trout as well as rainbow trout. Guys, that's kind of the plan. It's a fun idea. I can't wait to get out there. All right, people, so I'm excited. Right behind me, I've got Watauga River. And as we talked about, everything is soaking wet. The worms should work great, but we have a nice surprise guest today, the one and only Mr. Squatch. And guys, we're gonna try to get after it today. However, before we get down there, I see a ton of trash, and this is one of those accesses where there are no trash cans. So I brought one of these AFCO bank bags with me, and guys, we're gonna see if we can clean up a little bit. It's really bad out here. And then we're gonna get to fishing. So wish us luck. Here we go. All right, guys, so as you can see, I have not left the parking lot yet, and it's really bad out here. Mountain Dews, plastic bottles, beer cans, you name it, it's here. Let's try to clean it up. Bush light, do the do. Window tent, plastic bag, little Taco Bell. Oh, that's good, yeah, just oil, that's great. Don't forget your cigarettes. Good night. Here is a Michelob Ultra. Aha, worms, a lot of plastic there. Moonshine. Okay, man, this stinks. Floating straw, got it. This bag is getting heavy, people. I'm not gonna start fishing until we get this place cleaned up. This is just ridiculous. My goodness, just never ends. All right, guys, so I filled up a bag. We're gonna go ahead and plop it down right here for now. I'm gonna have to take that one back to the house. So guys, today I brought a couple different size bait hooks because I brought two different size worms. So the first one is gonna be a plain shank eagle claw, and this is a size 1, okay? And you can get these at Walmart, you can get them anywhere. The reason they're a bait hook is because they have a straight shank. They also have little spurs on the shank itself that kind of keep the worm on. So we're gonna start with that, the larger size, because I'm using the larger bait. When we use the red worms, I'm gonna be using size 6, size 1 on the night crawlers. Now what we're gonna do is rig up. I'm using 6-pound test. I've got a medium fast rod, and we're just gonna have some fun and see if somebody's on the bottom and wants to bite. All right, guys, so I'm gonna start off with one split shot, and then about maybe 8 to 9 inches down, I've got my straight shank hook. And let's go ahead and get one of these big juicy night crawlers out. We'll go ahead and start with this one right here. So guys, typically when I'm hooking into a night crawler, I'm gonna hook it at least twice. Just so that, in fact, with this one so long, we're gonna triple hook it. And now, since I've pushed it up on the shank, it's got a little bait holder so it can't get off. It's still gonna wriggle around. It's got lots of oils that'll go into the water to bring in the fish. And now we're gonna cast it out and see if we can get something to come and find it. All right, guys, so I fished both sides of the bridge really hard. The current was ripping at 1200 CFS. They were actually sluicing because of all the rainwater. So after about 30 minutes of no bites, we decided that it was time to head on to location number 2. All right, people, location 1 was pretty rough. The water was ripping. I had a hard time just keeping that worm in a good location. So we're gonna head on over to a spot that's a little bit more manageable. We're here at the base of Wilbur Dam. You guys should be familiar with that because I love to come here. So guys, we're gonna head on over, see what we can do.
All right, guys. I took his cam. Game plan for me, try to catch more fish than him. I'm gonna hit up with a little worm, and I might switch it up, throw a little gulp minnow. So we're gonna try our best to try to waylay it to him. Team Squatch, let's go.
Squatch had my camera, that's never good. There's a bite, there's a bite. Here we go, guys.
Got it.
Fish on.
Fish on.
All right, guys, so the first fish of the day is a rainbow. Let's get him over the grass. Awesome. And guys, I'm gonna get my hands wet here on the wet grass. Always when you're handling trout, try to do your best to wet your hands. And then let's go ahead and get the let's get this hook out of this guy. All right, we're back out again. Here we go. All right, guys, so one rainbow trout on the night crawler. I'm gonna throw one more night crawler, see if I get hit again, and then we're gonna switch to the red worms and see how we do with those guys. So I caught that last one maybe 15 feet in front of me. Oop, there's a bite, guys. You know what, I felt a slight tug, but then nothing. I'm kind of curious about the red worm, so let's go ahead and switch over. I'm gonna downsize the hook, downsize the worm, same location. Let's see what happens. All right, guys, so we downsized the hook. Now let's go ahead and grab one of these red worms. These guys are much smaller than the night crawlers, and I'm gonna pick one out that is an appropriate size. So this is about 1.5 inches. Believe it or not, they did package a few night crawlers in there with the red worms, which is a little silly, but it's just a much smaller worm. That's really the only difference, is we're just changing up the profile of it. But honestly, that may be all it takes to hook into something a little bit easier. We'll see. And guys, I'm gonna go right back to that spot where I was getting nibbles. Whoop, there's a bite. Fish on. Whew, there's a jumper. All right, guys, trout number 2 in the net. Nice. And we hooked this guy right on the lip as well. Another beautiful rainbow. They're really into these worms. So that's now one on the night crawler, one on the red worm. But man, what a beautiful fish, guys. Check that out. That is a gorgeous fish. All right, guys, so we've now caught one trout on the red worm, one trout on the night crawler. I'm gonna stick with the setup I have for a little while longer. We're gonna keep pitching out there because they're still biting, and then we may try one more spot before we go. Let's keep on fishing, see what we can do. All right, guys, here we go again. Let's go ahead and pitch it out. See if we can catch another one. Oh, there's the tap. All right, so we're gonna let him eat it just for a second, guys. Here we go. Fish on. We've got a nice little school down there. Oh yeah, another beautiful rainbow. Let's get him in. Heck yeah, and another one right on the lip, guys. That is awesome. Especially using these worms and these bait hooks. I'm always a little bit scared they're gonna swallow it, but so far so good, guys. This one right on the lower jaw. That's not bad at all. Oh snap. So guys, this is crazy. I just realized what happened here. This guy has been gut hooked. So this is another setup. So I'm gonna have to take this one home. But nonetheless, beautiful trout. I don't know whose rig it was that he swallowed, but nonetheless, we will take it home. So he's been dispatched, and we'll go ahead and bring him home. I don't want him to be wasted. All right, here we go, guys. Oh, there's a bite. That might have been you, I'm not sure. All right, I'm gonna reel in, just see. Fish on, here we go. There we go. Another rainbow, guys. They're just stacked up here at the base of this boat ramp. Squatch is screaming this is rigged. But it's not, it's just red worms are winning the day. And guys, it's been raining, and these fish naturally, they feed on these whenever it rains. This is an interesting looking trout. This one's got an eye that's damaged. And yeah, guys, he's missing an eye on this side. That's wild. And it's grown back over and healed. That is wild. So he's a one-eyed trout. I'm gonna put him in the net real quick. Let's get this hook out of here. And let me get a nice release of this guy with the nicer camera. All right, guys, so we re-rigged the red worms. They seem to be the ticket today. I'm gonna go ahead and throw another one out there. Just let it sit on bottom. Let's see if we get another tap. We've got a nice school of trout that are congregating at the base of the boat ramp here. And guys, I usually wait about 2 seconds before I set the hook. Any more than that, they may swallow it. But most of the time, they're just trying to get it in their mouth. If you set the hook too early with worms, there's a good chance that you're just gonna pull the worm right out of their mouth. It's kind of a delicate balance. Well, we got a couple things going for us. It's overcast, so that usually extends the bite, which is good because it is currently 11:41. It's almost noon, midday, but that's not stopping the bite. They're actually here eating right now, which is awesome. It's been raining so much that the natural eating pattern here is working in my favor with these worms. It's working out really, really good. How's it going with your setup? That's good.
Try to catch more fish than him.
Here we go, guys. Fish on. There he is. All right, guys. Got that little culprit. There he is. He's the guy that's been messing with me this whole time. Another little bitty rainbow right on the lips. And man, this guy's fat. Look at his belly, guys. he's got a little bitty bowling ball. He has been eating good.
Stop and reach in the passenger seat and grab a jerkbait.
Okay, good plan. All right, guys, well, I ended up catching 5 nice little rainbows from this pool right here, and I'm actually leaving while they're still biting, but we want to try one more spot. So we're gonna go ahead and pack up, head on over to the next location. We've got 1 more hour till I have to leave, so let's make it happen. Ooh,
Big browns.
look at this, guys. So a big brown trout, they're a little bit more vicious, more intense, and if Squatch hits, if anything bites that, Squatch is going to land a massive fish.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man, I'm feeling it.
Oh, that's a good spot here.
I'm feeling it right here, bro.
Dude, so I'll let you cast first before we even do anything with that. Do some fan cast and see if maybe, you know, there's something hanging out, and then we'll throw in the worms. What's that? Oh, well, there was a trout right there.
There's one.
There we go. Oh yeah, nice brown. Really nice brown. So guys, Squatch just hooked up on the crankbait. Let me grab the net. Oh my goodness.
Help is on the way, dude. Help is on the way.
Bring him in. That's a big old brown right there. Nice job. Yes. Woo. Nice job. Good big old 20-incher. Fist bump, dude. That is a beauty right there. Look at the colors on that guy. Oh man. Nice fish though. Yeah. He's a good 20-incher. That's always like a nice mark. All right, guys, well, shortly after Squatch caught that really nice brown trout, it began to rain, and that was kind of the end of our day. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll also check out this other video from Watauga River, or if you prefer to see something a little bit different, I've also got some really nice striped bass videos. I hope you'll check this one out right here. Till next time, tight lines.